What was the moment you lost all respect for a teacher? I used to think Mr. Callahan was one of those teachers who got it. Young enough to be cool, old enough to sound wise. He made English feel like therapy. Every poem had a heartbeat. Every essay felt personal. I'd stay after class just to talk about writing, about life, about how he used to live in New York, chasing screenwriting dreams. I believed him. He always said, truth doesn't come from perfection. It comes from pain. And I ate that up like gospel. Senior year, I was quiet, always writing. He told me to submit my short story to a national contest. When I won, he looked prouder than I did. Even asked for a copy. Said he'd show it to some old contacts. I didn't think twice. A few months later, I'm scrolling through this little screenwriting blog, and there it is. My story. Same title, same lines. Except under it, it says, written by Daniel Callahan. My heart just stopped. I stared at the screen like, no way. So instead of confronting him, I emailed him, pretending to be a fan, told him I loved his news story, asked what inspired it. He replied in 10 minutes. I drew from a student I once had. Brilliant kid, but they lacked the maturity to tell the story right. That line broke something in me. Next morning, I printed both versions and taped them to his classroom door. By the time he walked in, the whole class was staring. He froze, tried to laugh it off, called it a misunderstanding, but his voice cracked halfway through the word. He was suspended a week later. His Writer of the Month plaque vanished overnight. I never spoke to him again. But sometimes when I write, I still hear him say, truth doesn't come from perfection. It comes from pain. Yeah, he was right about that part, because that's exactly where my truth began.